Hello, and welcome to Phoenix Electra Circus. I am your host, Phoenix Electra, and today is Sunday, which means we are showing up to do some stitching, and we'll see how much kvetching I do. Let's see. Check in with my... Oh, Loki knows what time it is. I've got the mic in a different spot, so hopefully the sound is good. We will see. How's the audio? Hello, Fluffy Fluff. Come on the screen. Come closer. Come a little closer, Loki. Come a little closer. Yes, hello, handsome. Come here. Would you like a snacky? What's going on outside? Something distracting you? Would you like a snacky? Come on, Loki. Come on, what's going on, bug? Don't you want snackies? You can do it. Oh, hello. I hear Freya Fruffers jumping around in the other room. We'll make sure we have all the snacky selections collected here. Come on, Freya Fruffers. Oh, yes, sweet man. We got some snackies for Freya Fruffers. Come on, Freya Fruffers. Okay, yeah, cats are getting snacks. Oh, excuse me. Here, Loki, come purr into the microphone. How's everybody's week? How's everybody's Sunday? What's everybody doing? What's in your copper? What are you stitching? So, all right, we are here and doing it. All right, one more snacky. One more snacky. We'll get the snacks snucked in. Nobody's told me. How's the audio, chat? Is the mic in a good spot? Do I need to move anything? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Thanks for showing up, Part 3 Play crew. And let's get stuck in. Hey, cats. One last little lickies before I get started here. Everybody's so handsome and sweet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys are distracting me. Oh, sweet Loki. He hears me start talking and he's like, that means I'm going to get snacks. It's going to be snacky time soon. Yup. All right, sound is great. Yay! This new mic stand and this $9 external audio sound card. Best. I am so excited that we could level up the audio and just... Oh, I forgot to... I will try to be a better YouTuber and take a page out of Farron's playbook and get my cards all squared away with, but we'll have to do that in the outer sections. Okay, I need a sip of my tea. And let's move this piece away. There's stuff going on outside, so Loki's all agitated. So, where are we this week? Let me move. Okay, what's going on here? Got too many pieces and too many things. We got our needle dolly and the porcupine. And we'll just stick that out of the way there. Extra hair tie. So I'm so discombobulated. So last week, look at that camera work. Redrafted the combinations from, what did I use? This is from the manual of needlework and cutting out. I actually just made smaller the the split drawers that in black. And I found when I was going through my stash last week that I did actually have some of this white, I don't even know what this is, cotton. So I followed the directions, or I'm going to lose a pin here. So nothing's pasted together yet. Oh, we are just coming apart at the seams here. I haven't put seams in yet. So here we have the back, and then the front, and here we have the bottoms, which actually go like this, and then they will be attached. And I've got this cute eyelet lace that's going to be at the waistband, and yeah, because I am hooked on old-fashioned undergarments right now. Partly because I still have my Edwardian Slavic costume comes to America that we are slowly but surely working on. Excuse me. But we can't make the top until we have the underpinning, so I know the sizes and the proportions and the shapes of everything. So I'm going to set this beauty aside for right now. We might get back to it. We are going to see how long we can stream for today. A, because I need the watch hours. B, because I have a ridiculous ton of sewing to do, because I think I complain every week. I love my sewing machine, but the tension, I don't understand how to fix the tension of it. So everything feels a little bit off, and when the tension is off, then the seams don't hold as well, and blah 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 blah. So I've been doing a ridiculous amount of hand sewing, though I did. You aren't going to be able to see. See, the top is fine, and the back is kind of a mess. This is for the modesty panel for the back of my corset. Oh, I forgot to say, we regained a new subscriber, so we're back up to 12 subscribers. Whoa! Thanks for being part of such a exclusive group. Yeah, I get so many things on my... So, I've got pencil shavings all over the place here. Starting to fell down the seams, which are also going to be the boning channels. And to make sure that everything gets spaced right, I have been slipping a bone in. So what I've been doing here is carefully trimming down the schmudgers, whip stitching over it, and then back stitching the pieces flat. Does it make part of it, as you can see, a little bit messy? Yes, but that is where whatever trim, probably not that one, doodads, are just going to hide all of that stuff. So I'm not overly concerned about it right now. It's gonna be fine. And of course, when I stitched this morning, I didn't prep a needle, but that's fine. At least I know where my needle is. Check. So, I'm kind of really wanting to get this done because at the end of the month is the Costume Symposium 2022. One of the events hosted by, I think Fantastical Follies is doing the Sunday Undies, and I want to lounge around in my cute old-fashioned underwear for the show. So I have to get it done. And I realized, I don't care if I'm not in the official playlist, but I did watch, I can't remember whose video again this morning, to get the 22 questions. So we will work through those things. I left my other notebook with all of my other speaking ideas, so I'm just going to talk really slow. And we will just see where the show takes us today. Oh, I lost my viewer. All right, I guess it's going to be one of those days. Nobody wants to stay and hang out with me. However, I'm hoping to start having some guests on the show, to mostly people that I enjoy their content of, and they are going to span the universes of costuming and performing artists and just folks that seem like they would be really fun to hang out to. And because I've stuff and who gets to, because of all of blah 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 blah, I'm just trying to organize my mess in front of me and keep my pieces straight, because there's this one that's getting collected, and then there's this other half that still has paper pieces pinned to it. Wow, that was quite the alliteration. And I still need to sew the eyelets. So there is a lot of work left in this project. So I should move these things, stop my ramblings, and get to the stitching. Excuse me. Okay. I don't know what's going on today. I'm so thirsty, though. All right. I need to thread a needle and get back to the stitching. All right. Thimble, 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 I need you out of clay. Nope, that's dreidel. And so I have no idea what I'm going to have as far as a garment for the ice cream social or the red carpet gala. Who knows? Haven't thought that far ahead yet. I'm lost in underwear land. So, and again, I've been using that. I so love this Gerard Cosmetics Stay All Day eyeshadow primer and this metallic-y matte purple lipstick. I love it. I just enjoy it a lot. So I got my ham in my lap. I'm getting distracted by, I'm like a cat. I'm getting distracted by the noises outside. And whatever. So I'm sewing. So let's see here. We are at 15. I'll see if I can remember to do timestamps. 15. We're going to start the 22 questions. So I remembered one of them, so we're sort of in order, but it doesn't really matter. Blah, 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 blah. Pins or pattern weights? Both, and it depends. The more fiddly the fabric, I use pins. If it's something chunky and straightforward, pattern weights. So the answer to that is yes. Favorite genre of costumes? I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite, but right now we're working with the Edwardian and Slavic mixed with vintage circus burlesque sideshow. So, yeah, weird. My costume genre is weird, which is like the rest of me in my life. So, it's par for the course. What originally got me into costuming? I don't know, but I come from a long line of amazing sewers. And I think partly it probably began out of necessity. I remember my grandmother telling me when she was little that she would go walk around the streets in Warsaw and window shop at all of the fancy, amazing dress shops, and then would go home and recreate the things that she saw. She also had this amazing talent of she didn't read a knitting pattern the way I do, like actually reading the words. She would just, I don't know if she could just read the diagrams or just look at a knitted garment and somehow like just read the stitches. And she knit so many garments for herself that she just knew what size and how many stitches, and she just knew how to do stuff from probably years of practice, which I am not there yet. But I just have aspirations. My other grandmother was quilted and, excuse me, would always like hem my pants for me, because my sister and I are super short, and there was a while, well, me in particular, where my waist was huge and my legs were short because I had to shop in the Husky Kids section, so things didn't fit right. And then when I was 5, I got a sewing box and a pillowcase set to embroider. That pillowcase made an appearance last week in my fabric shop, my stash. It's pretty much fallen apart because it's way old and it's been through the wash way many times. And my mom, I remember she would make like Halloween costumes for us every once in a while, but she is not really a sewer, even though she has a beautiful sewing machine. But it was just one of those things, like we were just expected to learn how to do stuff. I think it was partly probably because we just needed something to do. So it would keep us quiet if we had a project. My sister does these amazing counted cross-stitch things, which that's like intarsia knitting, like, no, don't make me do that. I don't want to work in all the ends. Good times. Should have brought more pillows. This is like getting heavy and feeling unwieldy. Maybe I'll do it piece by, maybe I'll do the other half differently now that I've learned from this half how to, didn't care for things. Let's see here. Favorite genre, what originally got me into costuming? Yeah, so I realized in circus and performing arts that you kind of have to learn how to at least alter things or bedazzle things, because you want things that either you A, don't exist, or B, are way out of your price range to have somebody else construct them for you. So it's just as easy to learn how to do things. Especially if it's got to perform a certain way, or yeah, you just got to learn how to do stuff yourself. Who did I learn from? I think I actually answered that one already. My grandmas and the YouTubes. And I'm still learning. Like, my grandmothers were definitely some of my first teachers. I remember somebody else showed me how to use a sewing machine. I can't remember whether it was like a neighbor or something. I don't recall. I didn't learn how to use a sewing machine from my mom, that's for sure. And now I learn from Arania Black, from the Closet Historian, from Nicole Rudolph, from Abby Cox, from Costuming Drama, from, is it just Jules, the sweet little Polish girl that I did the corset stays video the other day. Really great, tiny YouTuber. I'm learning from Fantastical Follies. There's so many people that make so many beautiful, aesthetically pleasing YouTube videos with all of these fancy details and editing and cuts and the thoughtfulness of their highly produced videos. I'm so in envy of, and here I just show up like sometimes in my night clothes, sometimes without my face on, and I just show up in Stitch and complain to you guys. What project taught me the most? I think if you don't learn from all of your projects, if you don't learn all of them, because I'm recently just trying a different technique, making a garment that I've never constructed before, getting the fit issues. There's every project you learn something from. Drape, draft, or commercial pattern. I have not entered the world of draping yet. I don't know why, I just haven't. I have drafted patterns through instructions, and I have altered some of the patterns from Mood Fabrics because I am shaped like an hourglass and I'm very short, so everything requires alterations because the original pattern's like something just doesn't fit quite right. So that brings me back to I will usually start with a free print and tape pattern and then alter it so that it basically ends up being the right size for me. Team cut or team trace? It depends on the project. Oh, no. Yes. For some of the mood patterns, I will cut them. I'm pretty sure like some of the sizes are just way too huge, or I'll leave the seam allowances or whatever. For tissue patterns, I will trace them. I don't know, somehow it got into my head that you don't cut out your original patterns. You always trace them. So I'm mostly a team tracer. And I think partly that is aided with having access to rolls of medical exam table paper, which comes in huge rolls and is easy to see through, so I trace my patterns onto that. Hello, sweet man. You gonna come play with me? Let's see here. What do we have that Loki can play with? Loki, do you want to play with this? You gonna help me? You gonna be cute? No, you're just gonna look out the window and wonder what I'm talking to you about. Hello, welcome, viewers. What you working on? What you sipping on? I got tea in my corset and a Loki, which we'll skip to that other question. Do I have assistants? Yes. I have a Loki and a Freya and a human that keep me company. So, good times. Let's see here. We did tea cutter trace. Yep. Fabrics in an online cart. 0. I am shopping through my stash because I am blessed with quite a big stash from all sorts of different reasons, and at the moment there's nothing that I need as far as fabrics right now. I'm sure at some point there's going to be some specialty thing that I need for a certain project or a costume. I am not there yet because I have a lot of lovely things that are not living their best life because they're not being worn by me currently. So that's where we are with that one. Projects in my UFO bin. I have this corset. I have the pair of combinations. I do have a pair of pants that my grandma started that I need to finish, as well as those 2. Oh, sorry to see you go. Hope you come back. Those 2 tops. I think I'm just scared to work on them right now, so I haven't been. And I have that sweater I need to mend because I really would like to wear it, and it's got the little holes in it. So not too much. I try to not start too many projects. I know when I'm knitting, I am very much a monogamous knitter because I just don't like having too many projects because then I feel like I can't finish anything because I never know what I want to work on. So I'm generally a one project at a time maker. Let's see here, because that's just who I am. Let's see here. What did I say? Oh, unconventional materials used. I have not delved into that, though I do happen to have a huge drawer of random expired medical equipment things that I think would make a really fun costume. I just haven't figured out what I want, so I just have the pieces. Favorite tool? I don't know. My thimble? I mean, they all have their own places, so I think that all of them, they're all my favorite tools. Let's see here. Best tool investment. I mean, I think a rotary cutter is great. A lot of my things I inherited, so I didn't actually I bought the mat and the rotary cutter, but pretty much all of the rest of my tools I think I inherited. Or got at Goodwill randomly. Yeah, yep, all of them. Project or materials first? Since I'm on a low buy and shop my stash, I have all of the materials, so I guess it's materials? No, that's kind of both. I don't know. I was like, I'm not sure how to answer that one. Because I come up with my ideas and then shop my stash. So I guess project first. I don't buy fabrics right now, like thinking I'm going to use it for something, because yeah. Let's see here. Shears or rotary cutter? Both. Depends on what I'm cutting, or if someone's helping me cut. But I'm able to get more precise straight lines with the rotary cutter because I can't cut straight lines with scissors to save my life. I failed that class in kindergarten. So, yeah, The rotary cutter is kind of my friend. Let's see here. Sewing assistants. Yes, we already got to them. They made their appearance. At least my furry ones did. My human shows up every once in a while. Let's see here. Bad sewing habits. I hate to trim threads at the ends of projects and will sometimes leave them. Or I'll ask somebody else to help me trim them off. Yep. I guess that's, yeah. And not pressing enough, but I am getting better at that one because I do understand that pressing is very important, and it really does make a project. But pressing really does make or break a project, so I'm trying to be better at that. And here I am trying to be precise and trimming my lip. So let me just move this down to my mat in front of me so I can. So I'm just taking my shears and putting down a little bit of the bulk and fraying edges. It's going to take me a second to concentrate because I don't want to cut anything inappropriately or at the point where I will cry. Okay, that always feels so scary. Okay, I'm back. There's nothing like doing fiddly bits on camera, and you're like, if I mess this up now, I have ruined the entire thing. That feels so scary to me. So what I've been doing is just taking the boning, setting it down, and then using that to help guide my next line of stitches. Maybe I've got enough that I can do this fancier flat felled thing here. Okay. Oh, porcupine. Let's see here. We talked about my bad sewing habits. Sew over pins. Oh, well, not recently because it's really hard. Well, I generally don't. I break enough needles without sewing over pins. I mean, right now I'm doing hand sewing and I kind of, but yeah, generally the answer to that is no. That moment when I'm like, do I cut this back a little bit more so there's less bulk so I can sew it closer? Do I just leave it? We'll see. Okay. Machine sewing socks, shoes, or slippers. Socks or slippers. It's sacrilege to put a shoe on a sewing machine foot. in my humble opinion. Pins, parallel or perpendicular? It depends. It completely depends. If it's seams, perpendicular. If it's fiddly bits, usually parallel, long enough for me to baste them down, and then out comes the pins. Tea, coffee, or chocolate? Mostly coffee, then tea. I'm not eating a lot of chocolate these days, but, to each their own. What do I watch or listen to while I'm sewing? Well, during my live streams, I listen to the sound of my own voice. But during my normal sewing time in the morning, it is getting read stories. Stories get read to me while I sew, which is a sweet habit that we've had for a really long time. That's my 22 questions. We're done already. And I have so much more to do. Oh, I do have my other. Oh, okay. All right, because I would. I know watching me pin is fiddly business. How can I make this easier? Oh, maybe I just need to take the boat out. All right, let's try this. I know, I'm sorry. I keep trying to do fiddly bits and trying to talk at the same time. It's hard work. I'm not being very successful at this one. I'm just slowly trying to tuck over a tiny little bit so that I can fell this seam down and make sure all the raw edges are caught. But we will also probably add more doodads to the top so we are professionals and we will make it work. Ouch. Untuck the legs. I'm just using the ham to help keep the curves shaped nicely. And the moment of truth will be, does the bone still fit? far, so good. I'm starting to pop out the edges here a little bit. All right, what? Try to feed it the other direction. Mm-hmm. 99 red balloons. Do do do. Do do do. 99 red balloons. That, I don't know where that song came from. That one's so old. Okay, bone still fits. So I need to. Okay, there's some fiddly bits at the top here. I don't know why I bothered to try to tuck it under its. Whatever. One needle, one hair in my face. One sip of tea for me. Yeah, maybe on the next other side, I will try, instead of basting it all together and then going through and doing all the seams, let us try to finish all the seams as we go along. One thread. What's happening? To see if that will help the fraying and the unwieldiness that this project is becoming as it gets bigger. It's just a lot to hold. Okay, alright. We can stitch again until the thread runs out of this needle and I need to pause. But oh no, I wish. Maybe can I do it like blah 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 back stitch? Oh, there's a Freya in the garden. Okay, whoa. Uh-oh. No, not uh-oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm just fine. I just want this project to be done so bad because I want to wear it. And and I've learned so much. I sewed so many eyelets. I realized I hate the grommet tool. And I don't know if I'm going to be making enough of these to make the investment of one of the fancy hand press ones worth it. So I sewed all the eyelets. This is the first time we are flat filling seams. This is our first corset, actually. So many firsts. This green moire, I just love it. And yes, is there random red and different shades of green? You betcha, because I'll sell how I want to. Oh, let's see here. What's next? We did cats. Oh, Solomon Rushdie, yay, is off a ventilator and doing better. That was crazy, because the Chautauqua Institute is kind of just used to be a whole bunch of rich white people who got together and enjoyed culture. But nothing, Chautauqua, it's such a sleepy little town, and nothing crazy ever happens there. So it was so bizarre. I was like, I've been there. I used to live in that county. So weird. So unusual. But let's see here. Yeah, and oh, I forgot to look up her name. Whatever. Who's like doxing more YouTubers. Tug again. And the real Laura B. Just come on, you people. All of this confession through projection by like doing the shitty things you're accusing them of is really getting old. It's really getting old. And I think it's nonsense. Just don't you have anything better to do with your life and time? Whatever. So weird. I know. And then Amber Heard, she's just like the gift that keeps on giving, but we wish we would just go away. Like, everybody keeps making content because more things keep coming out. Or her team keeps doing stuff to make it weird. It's just so bizarre. I'm losing my gimbal. Let's just take one more stitch and we'll tie another knot. Those 20 questions were fun. 22 questions. Yep, here's the inside. All the basting and all the business. Oh, pardon me. Well, hopefully everybody's having a nice day. I'm glad people are stopping in, stopping out to come hang out with me this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, or wherever. I have so much sewing to do. And why not do it with friends? Ow, I just bit my tongue. I can't wait for when I should send out more invites to see if we can get some guests on sooner. But I'm pretty sure we can get one of them. Well, I just have interest. We have no dates confirmed, but there's people who want to come hang out with us. That was exciting. Ugh. Especially because one of them, I have been interacted with a little bit, and then it had been 2 weeks and I hadn't heard anything back, and I was like, well, maybe they just think I'm a random weirdo for like basically cold messaging. Like, I'm a nobody. Do you want to come hang out and sew with me online live? When they actually were like, yeah, that sounds great, I was like, sweet. So it would just be fun, and I can do it. And I'm so excited. Oh, we haven't shouted out our affiliate links. If you like this streaming software, check out the link that I need to add into the description for wavevideo.com. They just added a new feature 2 weeks ago where if you have guests on a live stream, you are able to also simultaneously stream to their outlet as well. So in the event that if I happen to be a monetized channel and was streaming with another monetized channel, we could stream on both channels and everybody gets the view time, and people can super chat on both stations because all the chat ends up centrally located in the chat section. So I think that is super, and I'm very excited about that because I am inching away week by week, hour by hour of getting my watch time in. The part that's been very challenging is I keep going from 12 back down to 11 subscribers, and we need 1,000. So please, if you like this video, like, subscribe, dislike, comment, share with your friends or your enemies if you really did not like the stream. It's all good. And also, check out HTLT Soaps for my favorite protein powder in the whole world. It blends nicely, tastes good, and I like it. And I don't work with companies that I don't like. And it took me 10 plus years to decide to get hooked up with a supplement company because I am very picky and didn't want to associate my good name with just anyone. So I didn't. And it was so weird this week. My like hula hoop videos that I haven't posted or added new ones of in like a year are like picking up some traction all of a sudden. So stay tuned for some more hula hoop content as pre-records, because if you might not have guessed, this is my circus and I actually like to perform. This is not just a circus of cats. Well, whatever. But so my outfits need to be hoopable, and I can't wait to hoop in this corset. Maybe it was last week. I don't remember. All this flat felts. Ew. Just look at how beautiful that seam is coming. You can't really see it because I'm too far away. But this is turning out pretty good. I might not even need to add some lace detail to cover up all the fluff or shenanigans. Maybe I should have tried to do better on the other ones, but a little extra bling never hurt anything. So we are more is more around here. Partly because things need to show up on camera or on stage. And it has to be big. Bigger and fancier and blingier than last time. That is the mottos around here. And that's A-okay. But even from just sewing half of this, I've learned how I'm going to do the other half a little bit different, and maybe it will be easier. We will see. Mm. Yep, good posture. Maybe I should finally take the price tag off my tailor's ham. Yes, I spent less than $3 on it at the Goodwill. And if I was lucky, I might have found it at half on one of the 50% off days. So, oh yeah. Oh, this thimble's a little too big. It's trying to run away. My favorite thimble, I'm afraid that it's got some like sharp things, and it's either my needles that were shredding my thread or my thimble was catching and pulling stuff funny. I don't quite know. I think I mentioned I am doing a back stitch. I know it doesn't look like it because usually you sew the stitches differently, but there's just so much fabric. And I don't want huge stitches. So we're doing the back stitching the very slow fashioned way. Because it is about quality and not just about speed. But also I want this project to be done, so it's a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I should not have been scrolling through Craigslist in the antique section. It's still there. I looked again this morning. I should not. Ugh. There is a hand crank singer that's just been recently serviced, so it's in good working condition. And I really, really, really. So bad. Oh my god. Because I miss my grandma's treadle machine that stuff happened to, and stuff happened. But also, I have a cat with an issue who does things, and Loki makes some bad choices sometimes. And I would not want him to ruin a huge, beautiful piece of furniture. But a little hand crank that sits on my sewing table. Yeah. Oh, I want that sewing machine so bad. It's kind of making me crazy. It's occupying up rent in my space in my brain all week now. I can't stop thinking about it. And it's really I mean, I have a sewing machine, I have an embroidery sewing machine, and I have a serger. So it's not like I need another sewing machine, but I really want an antique sewing machine. So bad. So bad. And the price is really good too. It's only $150. Mm. We'll see if it really has my name on it. Oh, Glober Coopers. Was doing so good, and there's a spot that didn't catch. We will go back and take some tiny stitches and see if we can fix that later. That's what the plan is. Oh my gosh, am I gonna run out of things to say? I was gonna try to. One of these days, we're gonna stream for like the whole 4 hours that I have. I kept hoping it was going to be today because I really just want to work on this project. But I don't know if it's going to happen. Let's at least get to the end of this channel and then we'll see how I feel. Oh, so I've been doing so good. Oh, catching these tiny seams. Oh well. It'll be okay. It's gonna be alright. Oh my gosh. The songs that randomly show up in my head are pretty weird sometimes. But that goes to our mottos. Can't laugh at anybody else unless you've laughed at yourself first today. So. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll. I ran out of words. So, thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure. Don't wait till tomorrow when you can be fabulous today. Alright, bye. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe to all the YouTubey things, cause you're great. And thanks for hanging out with us. Okay, bye.